Hello there, my beautiful Pisces signs. It's Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's message is going to be a general tarot reading. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, and I pulled a bunch of cards, meditated on your energy, Pisces, and there's a lot of stuff happening for you in September. So if you stumble upon this video at some later point in time, there's still probably a message here for you. I do believe most of the time we are divinely guided to watch certain things and listen to certain things. And I do feel like there is a lot in this message for you because I have three aces that came out in your energy, and that's just a very rare, very rare occurrence, along with a couple other major arcana cards. And the major arcana cards in the tarot symbolize major chapters, major pivot points in your life as you move out of one sort of cycle into something new. Now, when we have these major chapters and major endings and new beginnings and things like that, it always comes with some sort of challenge or strife. And I do feel like, sorry, I had to pause that. I had to sneeze. I do feel like there's something happening for you at this time. Um, like a lot of challenges, and you're trying to go from calm water or choppy waters into calm waters, and I feel like it's just a little bit chaotic for you at this time, Pisces. Now, if something in this message resonates, please smash that like button. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. If you are interested in a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to reach out, DM me. I have my email listed in the link. You can send me an email on that, or if you want a personalized tarot reading, I could do that for you as well. But the first half of this video, I'm going to spend diving into the tarot, and then the second half of the video, if you feel guided to watch that as well, will be all about oracle messages. So that's going to be messages tied to the moon, messages tied to I Ching, archetypes, love, chakra, wisdom, stuff of that nature. So there's a lot here. So go ahead and like settle in and grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is you drink. And I'm going to dive right in here, Pisces. So your current situation here is the King of Swords. This is it's a cold energy. It's a very calculated energy, which sometimes we have to be very calculated and come off as aloof in our life in order to preserve ourselves. And I do feel like you are doing that because you want peace. Now, I say that because the Six of Swords here was the crossing card for you. So this is your challenge at this time, is like trying to find the peace and the harmony when things seem very chaotic. Now, the foundation that you're trying to build at this time, or what this is all about basically, is the Four of Pentacles. This is a kind of a card of reservedness, holding yourself back or trying to save as many pennies and dollar bills as you can to kind of save up for something. This is also can be just like a boundary placing card as well. And I do feel in your energy, Pisces, there's a lot of conflict because you have the Five of Swords here, and that's a fighting card. That's a chaos, that's a conflict card. This is in your recent past though, so I do feel like you're moving out of that and really trying to move forward into something that's going to bring you a lot of joy and a lot of passion and a lot of peace. Now, your current vibe also when it comes to just the present energy is the Ace of Wands. This is a divinely guided creative opportunity. So sometimes spirit puts these like thoughts in our minds because we're collective consciousness. So we can basically tap into our higher selves and we get this almost like epiphanous idea of like, oh, I should do that. That's a very creative way to funnel my energy. And the Ace of Wands is what's occurring for you probably at this time. And if it's not occurring right now, it probably will be shortly. Now, this is like a seed because you have the Ace of Pentacles in your near future here. So it's like, are you going to take this idea and really plant the seed here and make it a tangible reality? Because Ace of Pentacles is like Spirit is giving you some sort of opportunity that's going to be implementing this creative aspect. So this could be in the form of a job opportunity, an interview. It could be, maybe you're going back to school to pursue this newfound passion or this creative idea. Maybe you're getting a patent on something and you're filing the documents, or you're building your LLC and you're really like doing the tangible thing here with the Ace of Pentacles. Now the next card I have for you is the Queen of Cups. And interestingly enough, that's kind of like what's your power in the situation. And Spirit is kind of asking you to bring in this like Divine feminine love. Can you bring love into the situation? You know, it's not all about money. I mean, money is great, but with the Four of Pentacles here, like you might be in the money mindset or maybe a lack mentality, and Spirit is really asking you to like to bring love into what you do, because that's going to draw in more people. Now, I tried to pull one clarifier card on the Queen of Cups just to see what that was about, but four came out, and I did take them because I thought they were all very relevant. So whatever this opportunity or venture is, it's going to bring a lot of healing, not only to you, but to other people, because it's coming from a loving spirit. And then this Three of Cups is like people will be celebrating you. They'll be celebrating your success. You'll be celebrating your success. It's going to bring maybe a lot of communal friendships that you never expected. The King of Wands is all about implementing creativity in a way that's going to tangibly be reflected. It's not like you just do this for yourself. This is doing it for the collective, for the greater good. And it's really going to pay off because you have the Seven of Pentacles here. And that's kind of a card where you're like questioning, is this really going to be worth all of the time and effort? Spirit is really saying, yes, yes, it is. And if you're still not sure and you're like, oh, I don't know, and you're like hee-hawing about this is a this is the greatest confirmation card I've ever received. So what are people going to think of you in the situation? What are people, how are they going to perceive this? How is this going to be received? You have the Wheel of Fortune, the luckiest card in the deck, and you have another lucky, you have like all the lucky cards in the deck, Pisces. This is huge. This is monumental. This is going to shift and help so many people. It's not even funny. This is divinely guided. This is part of your soul mission, your soul purpose, your soul plan. Before we come into our human bodies, we make kind of a plan of action of what's going to happen and where we try to align ourselves to our highest, best timeline to help not only heal ourselves and raise our collective conscious energy, but to do that for everyone else. And we are all interconnected, and this is a divinely timed, divinely coordinated venture that you're diving into. Now, your hopes and fears here was the Two of Pentacles. I did pull a clarifier for this, Pisces, because I was like, what does this mean? Like you're a little bit scared or not sure how you're going to balance or juggle it all. And Spirit is really asking you to lean into the joy, into the sun, into the happiness aspects, and don't lose hope, don't give up faith. Like things will be moved around to help you achieve this. It may not be happening in a particular timeline that you have in mind, but everything will happen when it needs to, not necessarily when you want it to. And that's kind of a bittersweet message there, because I am a Sagittarius and we are notoriously impatient, but you are Pisces, so you're a little more fluid, you know. Now, the outcome card is the Ace of Cups. This is going to bring you emotional fulfillment and joy and love and peace and harmony. And this Ace of Cups card is like Spirit is giving you this opportunity because it's going to do a lot of emotional healing for you. The Ace of Cups card, when it comes out, it's like, this is my, if there's a hole in your bucket, then you're never going to fill it. So this is an opportunity for you to do that emotional healing because it's going to not only help you, but help a lot of other people. Now, the last card I have for you, Pisces, in the tarot is the subconscious energy. Seven of Wands. This is standing up for your beliefs, your values, your just overall essence. It's like you are standing up for what you know to be true, what you feel is right. And this is a card subconsciously, like you know what you have to do. It's just you might be experiencing a little bit of traction from people who maybe don't have your best interests in mind because you had that Five of Wands in your past energy here. So you've been having some conflict with people who don't see eye to eye with you, and not everyone will, and that's okay. And all you need to know is like you're making decisions with the purest of intentions, and it's as long as it's not hurting anyone else, who cares? That's kind of my own spin on that. So, all right, Pisces, that's what I had for you when it comes to tarot. If you're interested in the Wisdom Oracle cards, I'm going to pull about 9 cards from my Oracle decks and just see what messages come out. Wow, okay. you have butterfly. This is all about metamorphosis, transmuting, alchemizing. There are 7 stages in the alchemical process, which I find highly ironic because there's 7 stages in grief. Technically, when if you go on a like a psychology level, they say there's always 7 stages in grief. But alchemizing and transmuting and those things, those are not linear processes typically. So this butterfly card says expect change, transformation, joy, elation, and growth in your life. And again, I just feel like that's really confirmed by that sun card and everything else that's come out here for you so far, Pisces. So just another confirmation, which is why that's why I like to pull the oracle cards, because they just really usually cohesively tie things together. And you'll see, I find that there's a lot of synchronicities in the messages, which, you know, each of these decks has like at least 50 cards per deck. So it's very rare or unusual, I should say, that 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 similar messages will come out, but it's the energy. So this card is from the Archetypes deck. It's called the Offering. Again, this is like another hand card. So you have the Ace of Wands, hand card, Ace of Cups, hand card, Ace of Pentacles, hand card, an opportunity here. The Queen of Cups is holding her hand out. This is the opportunity. This is kind of what you've been waiting for. I don't feel like it's going to be dressed up in the way that you thought it was, or what you were anticipating, or maybe idealizing. And sometimes that's just how life is. We have our imagination runs wild, and we have some sort of idea of what things will look like, but it doesn't always happen that way. So trust your inner voice, because you have, I trust my inner voice here. So it's like this internal knowing you do have deep within. Maybe you have a hard time hearing it because of the conflict that you're experiencing in your past, or because you're having to stand up for yourself and your beliefs and your values. Sometimes our inner knowing gets muddied by others' opinions and others' perspectives, but they are not you. They've never walked in your shoes, Pisces. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what your soul mission is. So you kind of have to ignore and kind of mute them out, basically. Now, this card is from the I Ching deck. It says flow, number 11. Small goes, great comes, good fortune, creating success. Flow is a sign of the full expression of tremendous creative energy and spiritual power. Create harmony with the greater flow and pour its energy into creative manifestation. Pettiness and smaller concerns are swept away so that free communication and great things become possible. How will you work with this extraordinary potential, and how can you channel the flow of energy to create harmony? Right when I saw this card, I thought of the Temperance card, but it also is this Two of Pentacles here. It's like finding a balance, finding a harmony here between uh, the expectation that someone or maybe a group of people have of you versus what you are interested in doing. And you're a Pisces, so I do feel like you're very much attuned to your emotional flowing, and that is also tied to the lunar cycles. And I do feel like that's going to be a significant shift for you at this time. Now, this one is the New Moon in Aquarius card. We just had a new moon in Aquarius on August the 18th, I believe. So this is probably just a confirmation. Maybe that's when you started getting these creative ideas or thinking about planting these seeds. But it says, this card says, bring love into the situation. And again, that's just another, it's just another synchronicity with the Queen of Cups here. It's like trying to lean into the love, because that's going to be like the fuel for you to get this off the ground, to get this going, and to like um I'm getting like the Thomas the Train, like I think I can, I think I can. I think that's what it is. Thomas the Train? I don't know. I'm getting that like train energy of like you get started, and then once you get going, you really have a lot of momentum. The next card I have for you, Pisces, is from my Third Eye Intuition deck. It says act. Don't get stuck on the shoulds and coulds. See how you can do what you want. Use your intuition and a hearty dose of common sense and follow the hunch that keeps niggling you. I don't think I've ever said niggling on purpose. And it's in there. That's kind of a strange word, but all right. Maybe that's a significant word for somebody out there. But something, if there is something poking you or whatever, then this is just a confirmation to scratch the itch. I don't really know why I said that either, but somebody had to hear that, so you're welcome. All right, Pisces. This is from my Power of Love deck. This is from it's a James Van Praagh deck, and I love his books. He's a great psychic medium. He has a lot of great books out there that you can get for free at the library. Very, very cool stuff. This one says loyalty. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. Again, I feel like that's kind of the King of Swords energy here because it's like you have healthy boundaries and you're not afraid to use them and you're not afraid to set them in place and you're very much so a person that does what they say that they're going to do. And that alone is just such a rare trait, especially when we live in a world where fantasy or telling someone what they want to hear is idealized. And not a lot of the times I find most people do not have enough gumption or enough willpower or self-control or mastery to follow through. And I do feel like you're really trying to lean into that side of yourself. Now, this card is tied to your sacral chakra. This is kind of your fun center, your pleasure zone chakra, and this is about your passions and finding that creative spark, finding what brings you joy and pleasure, and what really makes you feel happy. It's leaning into this childlike wonder. Now, there's a difference between being childlike and being childish, and sometimes people confuse the two. But this is like childlike passion and joy. And this lovely princess type woman is, reading to the elderly. So this is not only her joy, it's just like her act of service as well. And I do feel like you're meshing the two of those things because of your Ace of Wands, your Ace of Pentacles, your Ace of Cups. You're able to really balance and juggle what brings you joy and passion, and hopefully is going to make you very comfortable in the future when it comes to assets or just building a legacy because of that Ace of Pentacles. Wow, okay. All right, Pisces. Well, you have an interesting card here. I wasn't feeling like this was a love reading, but now it's kind of transmuted into that. And I'm just going with the flow here because I have the flow card. So the flow of this message is you are going to find a soulmate. Could be romantic. I am feeling romantic because penguins usually mate for life. Because of this creative venture that you're pursuing, because you've chosen to throw yourself into something that's going to bring a lot of light and love into your life, it's literally going to act like a magnet for the soulmate person. So once you get on your proper trajectory and you're aligning with your mission and your purpose and you have this passion project that you're pursuing, you're naturally going to draw in this soulmate energy. Doesn't have to be a love interest. It could be romantic, could be a friendship for life. It could just be, somebody you really get on with because you have this Three of Cups here. It just could be like a soul tribe, a soul group, but I do feel like it's going to be somebody who's going to change you, and lift you up and elevate you and be able to match you on your frequency, on your level. And that's going to be somebody who's also equally as loyal as you. And maybe you've been waiting for that. So good things are coming to you, Pisces. I'm in awe of your reading. It's a great reading. I hope you have a great month, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and smash that like button.